In July of 2016, developers in Bozeman proposed a 5-story mixed-use building at the corner of Black and Olive. Residents of nearby neighborhoods were quick to join together under the name Save Bozeman to express concern about the project. Debates and hearings about the project continued until August of 2017, when a lawsuit was filed by Save Bozeman against the city. So what happened? Who was this group? Moreover, what were they trying to accomplish? Before we answer those questions, we need some backstory for growth in Bozeman. Bozeman is a city in southwest Montana that has experienced rapid population growth in the past several decades. The current growth rate of Bozeman is around 3%, which means that Bozeman is growing by nearly 1,100 people a year, putting it high on the list of fastest growing micropolitan areas in the United States. Along with the drastic increase in population, there has been a steady rise in the average cost of housing and the total cost of living, with the median cost of a home racing past $350,000 a year. There are several consequences that are caused by this kind of growth. Environmentally, we know that as people move in and build more buildings, the strain on the valley's water table and the public infrastructure increases. More and more carbon is released during construction and habitation. More and more healthy and permeable soils get trapped under concrete and asphalt. Culturally, this increase in people has also changed the fabric of the city, building tension between the new and existing residents. The current growth plan adopted by the city of Bozeman focuses on the densification of existing developed land. This means that empty infill lots within the city would be developed before external land is used, and new buildings would increase in size vertically to accommodate the growing population in the area. The current growth plan, originally written in 2001 and intended to create a model for the development to 2020, focuses heavily on the creation and maintenance of neighborhoods, districts, and individual buildings that exist in the human scale, while also promoting the development of diverse project types including single and multifamily residences, mixed-use amenities, and live workspaces. The plan pushes for the creation of complete street networks that allow pedestrians, cyclists, and cars to coexist and circulate around one another safely, and for the preservation of historically significant and environmentally sensitive properties in the synthesis of new and continued public space. These growth policies Bozeman has adopted sound almost utopian, with the complete streets and rich neighborhood character. Who wouldn't want to be part of this future city? What is causing so much contention between the sides? For as visible as their dispute with the city has been, Save Bozeman is actually a fairly small group with just under 1,000 members, though it should be noted that this is one of the largest community interest groups to exist in Bozeman in at least 25 years. The Save Bozeman group formed in response to the Black and Olive project after residents felt their voices weren't being heard in the discussion for development around their neighborhoods. They endorsed 2 candidates in the 2017 race for city commission to promote their ideals, but both lost. Active in their communication and general organization through social media platforms including Facebook, the group's members speak out and gather frequently to express opposition to many proposed development projects around the city. Vague language in the goals of both parties opens them up to varying interpretations. When comparing the goals of the current growth plan against goals of the group, we can actually see a lot of overlap, sometimes even the same language. According to their website, Save Bozeman's vision for Bozeman is rooted in preserving Bozeman's special cultural history and neighborhood character. However, it would seem that the group's goals may be rooted in a less pragmatic interpretation of reality. According to Stuart Mitchell, who is a 25-year resident of Bozeman and a founding member of the Save Bozeman movement, its supporters long for the city to retain the pace of the smaller, slower town that it once was, to remain free of traffic, and for development to occur at a slower and more controlled rate. These goals do not come with a written strategy for their achievement, but instead culminate in actions within the public sphere that include vocal opposition to various developments in the city limits that they have deemed inappropriate, including the proposed development of the Emerson Lawn. One may wonder if the movement's lack of clearly defined goals and flexible structure may hamstring their own success and hurt the healthy growth of Bozeman in the long term. When we look at the written vision for the current growth plan, the first point made is the preservation and enhancement of Bozeman's unique identity. Additionally, the overarching goal of the plan is to retain the qualities that make Bozeman desirable. The growth plan also outlines the importance of protecting the surrounding environment, Bozeman's economy, and the quality of life. Despite the escalating conflict between both sides of this argument, there are strong similarities between the group's values and what they want for the future of the city. Loose language like neighborhood character or local identity allows for both goals to be interpreted in multiple ways. For the city, neighborhood character looks like walkability and preservation of the surrounding environment. For Save Bozeman, the same language justifies their position against dense development. Clarity and vision is needed to help resolve the issue of growth. If people want to raise an argument or participate in the planning of their city, they need a solid definition of what they're trying to achieve. The issue of rapid growth is one that's been tackled by several other towns in the American West. Jackson, Wyoming, Boulder, Colorado, and Missoula, Montana have all had to deal with growing population and the shift in cultural identity that comes with it. Growth in the Gallatin Valley is not ending anytime soon, so it is essential that the city and its citizens work together to achieve smart and sensible development.